Yo guys, what is going on? Insanity coming back at you today with some more Division content, and right now we're going to be doing a full rundown of this week's vendor reset for February the 24th. It is the final vendor reset for update 1.5 as 1.6 is going to be coming out in just a couple of days on February 28th. First thing you're going to find here is over at the Dark Zone gear vendor in the base of operations. It's an SR7 suppressor with 16% critical hit damage, 3% critical hit chance, 5.5% headshot damage, and 44% reduced threat. Definitely go ahead and pick one of these up. I'm all about getting crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and headshot damage. The next two sections you're going to go ahead and see here, I'm just going to go ahead and blow through them. I'm not even going to give you stats on these things. Basically, exotics, Historian, Valk, Liberator, Pecan, Centurion, Cassidy, those things, you need to go ahead and try and pick these up while you still can. We're not 100% certain if they're going to be taking them away from the vendors. They haven't officially said yes or no if they're going to be removed from the vendors over in 1.6 due to the exotic caches. And of course, the drop rate, it's not being increased, but from the PTS, I kind of feel like I was getting more exotic drops than I was getting normal named gear in update 1.5. So I'm kind of thinking if they are going to remove them, this is your last and final chance. The rolls really aren't that great, but it'll still give you an opportunity to have a decent amount of exotic weapons right at the start. And you can pick these up both at the advanced weaponry vendor and the special equipment vendor down in the terminal. The next stop we're going to be making over on our journey is going to be taking us on over to the cavern vendor, where you're going to be able to go ahead and try and run something that I've been running quite a bit when I'm doing my light zone bosses, when I'm running Madison, when I'm running Napalm, and that is accomplished knee pads. These things are going to offer 1504 armor, 1135 stamina. They are accomplished knee pads, 4% protection from elites, 33% disorient, 56% the highest roll you can get increased kill XP, which is why you need to go ahead and pick these things up. And you're going to get that little bit of burn resistance, but more importantly, that kill XP is already there. You can always re-roll protection from elites, maybe do damage to elites or something else. But either way, this is a must pick up due to the full output of XP that you can get for the highest roll to help you out with those XP boost sets that a lot of people are running whenever they're trying to make sure they're getting the maximum amount of XP back. Our next stop is going to be over at West 31st Street, and I really do think this is going to be my item pick of the week, only because it is a near god roll firearms mod, and this thing is going to do some serious work for a lot of people that want to have a nice little bit of extra damage output while also increasing armor, especially since armor is going to be much harder to come by and is going to be a much lower attribute in update 1.6, but 267 firearms, 273 armor. It is a nice, very high roll. Definitely go ahead and pick a couple of these up. I'm going to do that myself. I'm going to take all my firearm mobs and I'm going to throw them away, and I'm going to replace them with these only because it's better than the ones I already have. Now, the next stop we're going to go ahead and make is all the way over at the top of the map at the Wolves Den Safe House. This one is going to be offering something similar that we already had over in the base of operations with that SR7 site, but this time around, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be the 552 Hollow Sight Tan with 6.5% critical hit chance, 5.5% headshot damage, and 4% critical hit damage. Again, crit hit, crit chance, headshot damage. That, in my opinion, is the best possible stuff that you can be throwing on your weapons to get that best damage output you could possibly get. The last and final stop, you're going to have to do a little bit of traveling by foot, only because it's over in Dark Zone 5. In that middle safe house, you're going to have to try and do a little enemy dodging if you don't want to try and mess with anybody. But more importantly, when you make your way in here, talk on over to the Dark Zone weapon mod vendor and pick up yourself another sight. Yes, the Rugged Mini Reflex sight. It's going to be 7.5% critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and 5.5% headshot damage. This has been the most amount of sights that I've probably ever thrown into a vendor reset video, only because I'm all about that damage output. Having that crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and headshot damage makes a wonderful amount of a combination to try and make sure you have that max damage output. Anyways, guys, my item pick of the week is definitely going to be that firearms mod over in the DZ1 West. Anyways, like if you haven't, sub if you're new. Update 1.6 is on the way, and I can't wait for Tuesday. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.